heavier battery. So I modeled this to be that weight.
And the size as well.
Yeah, and the size. And we stuck this on the airplane figuring that if the airplane crashed, we would still have the rover. And like I said, this actually more than doubled the weight of the aircraft with this block.
Yes. As you can see, he's going to have a tough time moving it even at full throttle.
Yeah, so the first flight that we showed you, half throttle, the plane will take off. This is at full throttle and it's just barely moving. And it takes much longer roll to get in the air.
How unstable it is.
And we had to strengthen the wings because the wings weren't meant for such high loads. So like actually as it's flying, you can see the wings were deflecting up quite a bit, which was worrying me. Thought they were going to snap. But the climb out was very slow. We were still able to climb even with the weight, but using full power to do so. So we would burn the battery out pretty quick.
After, I think he does one
I
more.
do one more pass, I think, and then it.
And then he drops the load.
So actually back here, that's at least 40 feet in the air. And right there is where it drops.
However, in this test, the parachute storage system, the parachutes were stuffed too tight in the storage system, and that prevented it from actually deploying in midair. So we went with a second test that we changed the cone shape because the cone has a tendency for you to want to pack it even further, and then you reduce the diameter. However, with these cups, you can just stuff the parachutes regularly, and it should prevent from any wind catching on the parachute, actually making it deploy in mid-flight, which is
that would be bad.
That would be a bad day. And yeah, well, as you can see, the flat surfaces on the front will definitely create more drag on the plane, so you would have to.
That much more power is
that much more power will be required, but you will see what happens on this test. Yeah, this is still again with the same dummy load.
Yeah, same load, same parachute system.
We wouldn't move ahead with the testing unless we saw it actually deploy the parachutes.
And that was someone's unlucky car.
He was able to take off more stable this time. He wouldn't roll as much. He's getting more confident with the weight.
Yeah, so even then you can see I've gone all the way around the field and it's still only maybe 15 or 20 feet in the air. So the weight really plays a major role in the performance of the aircraft. And keeping that in mind, it was under full power the whole time.
Yes. I think this is where it happens. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So about right there, there's a circuit that's built into the it's built into the electronics on the aircraft that if the motor is drawing too much current, rather than destroying the electrical components, it cuts off power from the battery to the motor. So running the thing full throttle for that full loop, it engaged that system, cut the power, so we had to try and glide in.
Well, unfortunately, due to that, we were still able to recover the plane. No damage done there. But we didn't want to continue trying to destroy our own equipment and trying to test it. And definitely the success of the entire mission rested on all tests for them to be successful. So if any of them failed, further testing would have to be made, and definitely time and money played a major role in making it happen. With all the systems, all the components that everything had to work in unison, and nothing could fail for this to be a successful mission.
Yeah, there's several systems that have to work together in order to make it successful. I mean, that was why we were showing you the test, is all the different components that go into that. Some recommendations that we would have for success in this would be having a more powerful airplane, so that we wouldn't have the power problems that you saw in the last video. A lower center of gravity for the rover, so you wouldn't have that problem with it flipping with the parachute, and more reliable equipment so we can get extended range out of the rover, as well as the tread system not moving through. So, any questions?